Stadium, Lincoln, Nebraska, and home of the Cornhuskers. As we'll see, the winners of 3 straight, the UCLA Bruins, taking on a fellow Big Ten foe, the Nebraska Cornhuskers. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up. And the Bruins will kick it off to get us underway. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. So Nebraska's offense will take the field first. Let's take a quick second to call out some of the impact players their coaches mentioned in meetings this week. Anything you guys heard that really resonated with you?
Yeah, I love when coaches talk about guys that bring it every single day. Like, that we can depend on them. They can get other guys lined up. They're always motivated. They're always being a great teammate. These are the guys that coaches love.
And big-time players make big plays in big games, right? These are the guys that have to play well if they're going to...
Looking deep down the right side. Catch inside the 30 and still running. And he'll be tackled, but there is a flag on the field. They had the first down before that penalty backed them up, and now they'll snap it on second down. Line getting set on second down. Davis looking to pass. Rushes on him. Buys a little time. Oh, he loves to fire downfield. Wide open, he makes the catch. And they'll spot it at the 45. That's good enough for a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. He'll pull it on the read. Get every inch you can, but don't take the big hit. Great job by the quarterback. Behind the chains now on second and long. Give to the back. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. It'll be third and long. From the gun, wants to pass. It's complete on the right side. Breaks into the open. Big play for this offense as they get it to the 32. The Cornhuskers are on the move. Looking to throw on first down. Using his legs, keeping his eyes downfield. Intercepted, and the first drive ends with a pick.
What a start by this defense. That is exactly what you need, man. They've been a little bit hit or miss. They've been a little bit up and down. But to start the game on a high note, get the good mojo going, great start for this defense.
Just missed on the connection, incomplete. This crowd going to try to make life miserable for these guys. Quarterback on the keeper. At the 40, there he goes. They finally get to him, but what a play there to pick up the first down. The Bruins just got that huge run. They love another explosive play. Looking to throw on first down. Finds his tight end. He'll go out of bounds at the 35-yard line. Big pickup there, and this offense is feeling it.
Well, I know the tight end did some good things after the catch, but got to give the quarterback credit, too, for the location of the throw. Because he put it out in front of his big man, he was able to make the catch and accelerate, creating some distance there between him and the defense.
Looking for a physical attack from the gun. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a first down.
I think throughout the week in practice, when they were game planning their opening script, I don't even know if they envisioned it going as well as it has. This has been beautiful. Nice balance, really nice rhythm. It feels like everything they're dialing up here on their first drive of the game is working to perfection.
Quarterback doing what he does best. He can move. On the run, and he'll slide to avoid the big hit.
Hey, listen, it's important at that position to be able to be good off schedule. Everything's easy when it's on time. You get the ball out. But when things break down, they get off schedule, you've got to have a guy back there that can make the right decisions. He did exactly that.
And here's a fumble way behind the line. A fortuitous turn of events to keep possession of that one.
And those are so frustrating when you're a defense and you swarm to the football and you stick the quarterback and you make him cough it up just to have the other team recover.
We've got a timeout here as this coach is challenging the call. He wants to give the replay booth the chance to have another look. Might have to give that coach a flag and a whistle. He was right on in his view of the play, and the officials agree and overturn the call. This crowd knows they have to bring it in big moments, and one of those has arrived. On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Fired just a little too long as the junior frustrated he missed that connection. They've decided to try to go for the field goal here. This whole place going to see if this kicker can operate in a sea of noise. He slides that just inside the right upright. And with that, they break the seal on the scoring. It's 3-0. After putting up the field goal, they're set to kick it away. And he takes this from inside the 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. The Cornhuskers ready to go back to work on offense. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jesse.
No, you've got to be able to finish drives, especially in this game if you're going to win. And, David, they've got to be able to eliminate the mental mistakes.
Yeah, and I don't think you get conservative or play it safe. You can trust your guy. I think you put the ball right back in his hands and let him do his thing.
Davis will throw. Here's a heat. And that defense gets to him, and down he goes at the 9. Man, he was back there and in the quarterback's face before the Bruin faithful could finish an 8 clap.
I mean, just getting off the ball so quick, penetrating. You got defensive linemen that can get upfield, rush the quarterback.
Brings it down on the right side. And that one looked as if it might go all the way, but they picked up more than 40 yards before the touchdown-saving tackle. Wants to go up top on first down. The sure hands, it's Mills. Really good surge for this offense. They move the chains, and he's got it at the 34. And the Huskers will snap it on 1st and 10. Unloads to the wideout. A strike downfield. Run out of bounds after the long game, but they've got it now 1st and goal. Defense rolling out the big bodies to try to stuff the run. Trying to slam it. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Nebraska! I tell you, when this drive started, the defense thought they had them in a hole. Not anymore. What a performance.
And I really like the play calling by the offensive coordinator on that last drive. That was a nice mixture of running and throwing and getting different players involved. Really nice job, very poised in that play calling, and it showed up with the touchdown.
The UCLA offense is back on the field, ready to go to work. A little bit of feeling each other out there, down 7-3 as they open this drive. They'll run it out of the shotgun.
And defensively, one of the most important things is stopping the run, being physical up front. That was too easy for this offense. You can't give up 5 and 6 yards a pop on the ground. Like, that is a recipe for disaster. They've got to be more physical, get off the ball, get downhill faster.
Out of the gun, the inside handoff to the running back. And he never had a chance, just stopped cold as soon as he got it. The black shirts looking to this crowd, and they are delivering energy on this big 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Quarterback feeling the pressure, and down he goes at the 22.
All right, this quarterback is going to have to start playing with a clock going off in his head. He knows he cannot hold on to the football too long, but players like that are getting after him.
Gets off his first one of the day. He was called on 5 times in the victory last week. Really good job by the coverage team to make the stop, and that's where they'll put it in play. Opening snap of this drive comes from the 31-yard line. He might want another play. They'll toss it to the outside on the left. A solid pickup there, works it to the 38 before being pushed out of bounds. The Huskers with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. They'll send the back in motion. Davis looking to pass. Takes the easy completion. And they do a really good job. Not as easy as it looks to get those blocks. And he picks up the 1st down. Last completion moves the sticks in, and let's see if they try it again. Wants to throw on 1st down. Makes the grab. It's Mills. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the 1st down. The Cornhuskers in a good spot here with 2nd and short. Making sure they have good balance, keeping it on the ground. They get him on the ground, and with that, we'll head to the 2nd quarter. We've reached the break. It's Nebraska holding the lead. And we've come to the end of the 1st as we take a moment to check out the stats so far. They are lined up and ready to go and get things started here in the second. So they go back to work after the break, and it is third down. He'll do it himself. There he goes. The tag. Touchdown, Cornhusker. Once he got a step, it was all over right to the house.
And you see the option being such a pain in the behind of the best programs in college football. When you got quarterbacks that have those multiple options, they're making you play very disciplined. And the QB takes it himself, gets in for the score.
Out of the end zone. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. UCLA will go back to work on offense. They didn't get much done the last time they had it. Had to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. Makes the stop at the 29-yard line, but not before he gets 15 on that play. It'll be a 1st and 10 from the 29. To the air on 1st down. He tosses one high and deep down the left side. And he makes the catch inside the 25. And he eluded the defense, and he'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Bruins!
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. And listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Guys, a couple of ACC teams colliding in a game that could have some implications. Miami has the lead right now, but this Canes crowd is restless. They just haven't been able to separate themselves yet there in the 305. They're up by 7 over Wake Forest. Any major changes in this ACC standoff, you'll hear about them first from us, gentlemen.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Caught near the sticks. It's Nelson. They corral him out of bounds. Mark it down at the 38, and this offense might have something going. They had the perfect play to open the drive, and now they'll snap it again from the 38. Pressure coming. The sweet feet keeping the play alive. And they picked up 9 on 1st down. It'll bring up 2nd and short. He'll keep it himself. They just blew through that offensive line. It's a 4-yard loss.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time offensively. The defense coming up with a huge negative play.
Davis will throw. Oh, they're after him. Broken up, incomplete, and nearly intercepted in the end zone. It'll be 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. They'll try to get outside. What a tackle in the backfield. He'll lose 6 on the play.
Well, they're trying to go toss to get to the perimeter, but how about the DBs beating their blocks and using their speed to get upfield and create the negative play?
Let's see what they do on 3rd down. He's looking downfield to throw. Complete to the left. He's tackled right at the 40-yard line. That is well short of the 1st down, and let's see if they go for it here. And they'll try to get him on the fake. Turning it on. And the roll of the dice turns up in their favor as they pick up the 1st down. Just outside the red zone, 1st and 10 from the 21. The give to the tailback. Snowed under right at the line of scrimmage for no gain on the play. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Wants to go up top. Got his man. That one takes it down to the 13-yard line.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
The stop is made, but this offense is threatening. 1st and goal from the 9.
Been really impressed watching this offense this year and how good they are on 3rd down. The reason they're so efficient, they don't have penalties, they keep these 3rd downs manageable, and they've got a special talent at running back that can find his way to the sticks.
The Huskers have it in scoring position on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. Looking for the end zone. Touchdown, Husker! And they take it in for 6 more points. That touchdown was a clinic in keeping your offense on the field and wearing the other defense out.
Sometimes your best defense is your own offense, being able to stay on the field. You're absolutely right, Luis. That was a clinic. Running the ball, playing at great rhythm and pace. QB making good, smart decisions and not shooting yourselves in the foot. No penalties, no turnovers. It doesn't get any better than that last drive.
The UCLA offense is back on the field, ready to go to work. They haven't had a whole lot of production, nor much to show for it on the scoreboard so far, and if they're going to get back in this game, it needs to start right now. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that 1st down marker.
A great job by the defense, seeing it right away, reacting to the screen, going and getting the football, and getting the fast playmaker on the ground.
2nd down, they'll go to the air. Got it set up on the outside. And there were no creases or crevices to run through, and they shove him out of bounds.
Those screen plays, you really want to sell it, get it to your running back, and get him to the 2nd level. Get him running full head of steam on a safety, on a linebacker. He almost got going, but just got tackled before he could really do any damage.
Coming through that 3rd down conversion, and they'll mark it at the 43.
Well, this guy's having a day. It doesn't matter where he's lined up or what routes he's running. He just seems to always be getting open, and his quarterback is taking notice. He's looking his way. Nice job there, throwing in time, getting it to him in space and allowing him to go to work. This is turning into a very nice statistical day for this wide receiver.
These running backs nowadays, they're built so low to the ground, thick and compact, but fast and shifty. They're just so hard to tackle. And you can see he just does a great job breaking tackles, breaking tackles. He does this consistently. That's why he's really hard to stop at the running back spot.
Stop behind the line. He'll lose a yard. Timeout is called, and it's the defense wanting to make sure that everyone's on the same page for this big down. 3rd down, and the Husker faithful getting loud, trying to make movement change impossible. From the gun, wants to pass. And they fail to hook up on 3rd down.
Yeah, it's just a throw the quarterback would love to have back. His guy's wide open, and it looked to me like maybe he was overstriding or straining a little bit too much on the throw. The nose of the ball was diving, and he, of course, threw it into the ground. That's one he'd like to do over.
And the Bruins will punt it away on 4th down. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Wanted to make sure not to give them a chance for a return as it goes out of bounds. No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. And the quarterback is knocked down back at the 13. The Cornhuskers with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Davis looking to pass. He puts a lot of air under it down the sideline. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. He'll take another shot here. It's incomplete, and this ought to be a boost of confidence for this defense, getting a stop against these guys on 3rd down. And the Huskers will call on their punt team. A fair catch is called for and made just across the 50-yard line. Plenty of time left in the half here as they take over, but they will want to be efficient here in the final 2 minutes. Off the play fake. Quick strike complete. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd down, he'll throw it. He's got his man. And they reacted well to the completion, but it was too late to keep him from getting the 1st down. Looking downfield on 1st down. Fakes the grab. Defense is there to make the stop, but he's got the 1st down, and they'll have it 1st and goal at the 6. This offensive scoring position with a fresh set of downs. A little release to the back. Crisp execution in the passing game, and they've got it down to the 3. We've got a timeout here late in the 1st half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Looking to fire. Pocket breaking down. And they can't make the connection, and it could get worse. A penalty flag on the field, and it's in the holding zone. Let's get the call. They say you could call holding on every play. Well, they did on that one. See if they can get it done on 2nd and goal. Back to throw, time running short in the half. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down. Running out of time here in the 1st half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. So now on 4th down, they'll try to salvage a 3 and just get points before halftime. It is true as he puts 3 on the board. That'll make it a 1-possession game. The lead is 8.
Man, so many more times we're going to say, go for it, be aggressive. Nice to have a guy you can depend on, and you know you're putting 3 on the board. Nice kick, nice job.
Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Just enough time to get off one final play of the half. On the run, it's Hawkins. Picks up the 1st down, still moving. They'll knock him down, and that'll take us to halftime. That's the end of the 2nd quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
Man, a lot of ways to describe those first 2 quarters in Lincoln, but let's just go with notable. And yes, football is a game of inches, but man, is that really the case when you consider the length of some of these possessions. Look, I'm not an analytics guy, but I do know this. The team that sustains drives and just moves the sticks might be the team that comes out on top today. With that said, let's send it back to the guys at Memorial Stadium.
All right, Kevin about ready to get things cranked back up here. The Huskers will kick it away first, and we'll start the 2nd half. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. UCLA will go back to work on offense. Tight game as we start the 3rd quarter, and we'll see what type of adjustments they made at halftime.
And getting the ball first here, I think, is such a big deal. Like, I get the first chance to make a statement, to make the adjustments, to create some momentum for my squad right here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, I think it's so important for this offense to set the tone here early in the 2nd half, to get a nice drive going, build that confidence, and get your defense ready to come on out, get a stop, and change the complexity of this game.
Gets it past the marker. And they finally get him down, but not before. He's got him set up for business at the 49-yard line.
How nice is it in an offense when you can generate explosive plays by running the football? You got to force feed this guy, man. He is an absolute game changer.
Looking to throw on first down. Using the quick game. Running with some authority as he bangs his way to the 43.
You complete some of these hitch throws early, you're setting up the hitch and go. Later on, you can pump fake that, and then the receiver can pirouette right up the sideline. That might be a home run play for the offense.
Gives it on the option. Jukes his way for more. Oh, that big stiff arm got him some room. Touchdown, UCLA! Excellent pass by the back on the option.
And to have a rushing touchdown of that type of yardage, you've got to be able to make something miss. It's one thing to get into the second level, but can you make that last defender miss? And you saw it on that play. Once he was in the clear, with his speed, he was gone.
On the move from inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. And here comes the Nebraska offense back onto the field. Gonna run it. It's Hawkins. They'll knock him down after a 6-yard gain to the 27.
Definitely been tough sledding for this guy, especially in the first half. They gave him the ball a bunch, but they just don't have a ton of yards on the ground to show for it at this point. That looked like a pretty good run, though. You just wonder maybe in the second half, if they keep giving him the football, it may start paying some dividends.
With a first down, they'll snap it from the 32. From the gun, running back on the move. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. The Cornhuskers can really attack on this second and short. Davis will throw. Caught in the backfield, it's Hawkins. Huge play there into plus territory, and they'll mark him out of bounds at the 46. And the Huskers have their offense in high gear. He'll try to do it himself. Always a welcome play for the defense as they get a sack at the 47.
And I love this defense continues to get home and bring pressure. Another sack, their third sack of the game. They just keep applying pressure, and it's working. Do not stop.
Back to pass on second down. Fires one high and deep. Snags it. He thought he might turn that into a score, but the defense able to wrestle him down short. They'll stop him at the 3. The huge play got him on the porch, but now they got to kick in the door. Keeping it on the ground on first and goal. And he gets it back to the 4-yard line and no farther. Can the defense stop them again on second and goal? Looking for the goal line. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Nebraska! And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. On the run from inside his own 5. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. The UCLA offense is back on the field, ready to go to work. Last drive went for 6. We'll see if they can do it again. Good, solid run on that one as he gets it up to the 33-yard line. The Bruins with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. Turns it on in midfield. Defense on skates that time. They finally drag him down at the 42. And the Bruins come to the line after ripping off that huge gain on the ground, trying to keep it going. From the gun, leaves it on the inside with the back. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. The play action fake. Those two not on the same page. It's incomplete.
But how loud is it in this building? This is crazy. These fans are going absolutely nuts. And I used to love when the fans got involved, and I'm on defense, because it messes with the snap count. It messes with the communication, and it can really rattle an offense.
And he was able to run through a tackle, and they finally get him, but not until he picks up the first down. The Bruins come to the line with a new set of downs. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. Touchdown, Bruins! They wanted it all, and that is exactly what they got.
You know, quarterbacks and receivers, they develop confidence and chemistry as the game goes on. These two right now are definitely on the same page.
And he made the extra point without problem. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. He'll start the return inside his 5. And the return man is stopped, and that'll leave it up to the offense on the next drive. The Cornhuskers ready to go back to work on offense. They still have the lead, but they need to respond to that last score. Davis looking to pass. Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance.
I don't know about the decision that time by the quarterback. He may have been expecting man coverage, but that time the defense was in zone, and they did a really nice job closing the window. The intended target was not open, and that's why that one fell incomplete.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains. Now on 1st and 10 from the 26. Gonna run it. It's Nelson. A collision, and he stopped at the 27 after picking up 1.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. You got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats.
Oh, he's got some space. He's at the 30. Past the 10. Touchdown, Cornhuskers. He broke away from the defense, and they couldn't catch him.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running, I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy, the connection between quarterback, wide receiver. You can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
This drive will start at their own 27-yard line. Reads it, fires complete. And he's brought down, but a flag is also down. Just an obvious holding call there, and one that just kills an offense's momentum. The snap sets up the throw. Gets it out fast. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down.
QBs, when they see these zone coverages, man, some of them panic. Some of them throw it too quickly and can make bad decisions. I like how he waited a little bit, waited for the right window, the right opportunity. There's always going to be holes in zones. I just got to be a little bit patient.
He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see which way that's going to go.
First down. Roughing the pass. Defense.
That roughing call probably stems from frustration as this guy has cut them into pieces. Just couldn't stay off the quarterback, and that roughing the passer call has them set up with a 1st and 10. Pulls and fires it complete to the right. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. Out of the gun to give to the back. Defense makes the tackle, and that will probably be the final play of the 3rd quarter. So we open the final period with a 3rd down play. We've come to the end of the quarter, and Nebraska is on top. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. Here comes the fourth. Time to see who steps up, who makes the winning plays to take home that W. These fans stepping up to help this defense on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Hauls it in. They'll pick up enough yardage for the first down. They've got it at the 30. And the Bruins come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Looking to throw on first down. Catch in the middle, it's off. Didn't pick up a lot there, moved it forward just a few. Backed up now, here's second and long. Rides to back and leaves it. Knocked down in the backfield, and boy, this guy's had a good day, but they finally get to him on that run. The black shirts looking to this crowd, and they are delivering energy on this big third down. Throws toward the end zone. And it's caught. Touchdown, UCLA. Like a Thanksgiving turkey. They're just being caught. No shot. They have no idea how to get in this quarterback's head.
He's on fire. Everything he's doing is working defensively. We got to figure something out. We got to try to do something a little bit different. Bring more pressure. At this rate, shoot, he's on so much fire, you might as well just send everybody. Blitz everybody, live with the results, because everything else ain't working anyways.
And he did a good job bobbing and weaving and finding a little bit of running room on that return. And here comes the Nebraska offense back onto the field. Breaks into the open. Stopped at the 43 after the 15-yard pickup.
Well, the defense didn't blitz. They didn't have everybody in gaps, and the offensive line took advantage at the point of attack, getting some push, opening up a hole, and the offense ripping off a nice run there.
That is a big win for this defense, as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. Davis will throw. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact on the play, but no flags. It'll be third down. Now this offense tries to figure out a way to move the chains after the second down misfire. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a fourth down. The Huskers will punt this one away. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Fair catch is made at the 15-yard line, and that's where they'll start this drive. UCLA will go back to work on offense. They cut into this lead the last time they had it, and now here in the fourth, a chance to move on top with a score. That kind of play will get a drive started or help your field position. They've got it at the 27. Offense getting set for first down. Creates a little space. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Out of the gun, the inside handoff, looking for a crease.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
Rides the back and leaves it on the option. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. Big third down as the crowd gets behind this defense. Looking to throw for it. No way to go with the ball, and down he goes at the 39. The Bruins will line up to punt it away. Catches it at the 15. Was looking for more running room, but found nothing but more tacklers. He's down at the 24. The Cornhuskers ready to go back to work on offense. Another opportunity here. They had to punt it on their last possession, but this time tight game, hoping to get something on the board. Good call, good execution as they move the chains, and they have a first down at the 38. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Give to the running back. And he's able to find a little bit of running room before they get him down. The Cornhuskers can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Try to get it to the edge. Can't get him to the ground. Good pick up there. They'll move the chains, and they're set up at the 41. So they move the sticks on the run. Let's see what they do with this one. Davis looking to pass. Quickly complete. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. They'll keep it on the ground. They want this clock to move. And a nice run there before the defense finally makes the stop. And the Huskers line up trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. They'll try to run for it. Now well within striking distance as that 3rd down play gets them a first at the 29.
And how about this offense running the football when you know it's going to be a run? Being the more physical squad. And this defense, man, trailing in this football game, still got those 3 timeouts, but they've got to get a stop. They've got to make a stand and start burning those timeouts.
I think most offenses around the country in a situation like this with the lead late would be trying to run the football, right, or throw it short and try to bleed the clock. But this offense, man, it's still pedal to the metal. They're looking for chunk play opportunities.
Pulled down at the 11-yard line as they inch closer and closer to pay dirt.
That's got to be demoralizing if you're the defense. You're trailing. You need to get the ball back. You got to get off the field, but you can't stop the run. When they're going between the tackles, this defense is going to have to get a lot more physical, especially in the middle.
They get him on the ground at the 3-yard line, but this defense is taking some punches. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. The Huskers trying to pay off the threat on 1st and goal. On the ground. Beck's going for the goal line. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Huskers!
Wow, this offense, they have a lot of faith in this running back. Knowing if they get down in this area of the field, he can get it done and he can answer the bell. 2 rushing touchdowns already for this offense.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. And the returner goes down. The UCLA offense is back on the field, ready to go to work. They just didn't quite find the rhythm on that last drive, Jesse. They had to punt it.
I think they got to be more physical, David. I think up front they got to do a better job getting blocks and establishing this running game.
And how easy does football become if you're the more physical team? If you can threaten the run and then run play action, it opens up the whole offense at your disposal.
And the quarterback goes down at the 11-yard line. And the Bruins will hustle to the line.
Nice job by this defense, pinning their ears back, getting to the quarterback, creating the sack. But look at this offense. They're deterred. They're right back on the ball, ready to snap it again.
Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Third down, and the Husker faithful getting loud, trying to make moving the chains impossible. Looking to throw. They're setting up the screen. And that defense is there to guide him out of bounds after a short gain. Coach has no choice here. The offense has to stay on the field, down multiple possessions this late. 4th down attempt coming. Just gets rid of it to the running back underneath. Desperately wanted to keep the ball, but they did not. This offense has it with really good field position. They'll try the run. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. It'll be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
Great job by the defense. Everybody firing off the ball, hitting their guys, holding their gaps, running to the football, nowhere to go.
Davis will throw. The sweet feet buy a little time. Fires deep toward the end zone. Touchdown, Nebraska! Made the grab in the end zone for the score. They extend this lead, and it looks as if they are going to make it 2 wins in a row.
And it was so important for the offense to come up with a touchdown there and not kick a field goal. You're trying to put this thing out of reach. And that touchdown puts so much pressure on their opponent now with less than 2 minutes to go.
I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. First snap of this drive will come from inside the 15 at their own 14-yard line. They'll start this drive going to the air. Finds a soft spot in the middle. Makes the grab almost to the first down marker, but a good pickup on that one. To the air on second down. A deep throw as the clock winds down. What a spectacular grab there as they try to finish this game with a little something to feel good about. Give him 6 and give them a chance with the late touchdown still alive in this one.
And a nice touchdown, continuing to fight, continuing to play. This one, it's pretty much over. Down multiple possessions this late in the football game. It would take a miracle, but a nice job by this offense continuing to fight, push the ball down the field, make plays.
They still need a touchdown and 2-point conversion to tie, and they'll go for the onside kick here in the 4th. Running out the clock seems to be a mere formality here as they are ready to snap it in victory formation. And the offense is content with where it is. They'll take a knee. Plenty of fireworks in this one. A lot of points. They always talk about having the chalk glass, and it seemed like whoever was on offense had the last laugh.
It's amazing how much offenses will just boom in college football. So good. So many ways to hurt you. And you saw both of these offenses put on a show today, Jess.
Dave, we talked to both of these coaching staffs, and their defensive coordinators were losing sleep all week. They knew this was going to be a tough task ahead of them. So much speed, so much firepower on both of these offenses. And, man, we saw that here today.
That will put the wrap on things from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Paul.